Um, Happy Halloween. It's still Halloween, right? It's Halloween until December the 23rd. Anyway, hi. Yeah, I made an online promise. I made an online promise to post what I've been up to for the month of October, and I've been up to a lot, especially in terms of art. And for those of you who are my friends on Facebook, you saw the post saying that I made a lot of things this month, or last month, October. I made a promise to make a video about them, and because there's a lot that I was able to start and complete within the month of October. And I didn't make individual posts about them because when I was making them, I wasn't even thinking of documenting making them. So full disclosure, disclaimer, this isn't a making video, this is a presentation video. So there won't be behind the scenes clips of me making the things. It's just me gonna be showing it and then talking about why I made it and how I made it. Yeah, let's get started. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy. Yeah. Introductions first. Yes. Hi, my name is Jordane, for those of you who don't already know me, and I'm an amateur artisan. I make art. I've been making art since I could properly use my fingers. I draw, I craft, and yeah, that's pretty much my passion. And October is an especially inspiring month for me, especially in terms of creating things. In the past Octobers, I keep making stuff more than I usually do in other months, and that's no different here, except for this month, I was more creatively charged because I just discovered this new medium. It's called cold porcelain. If you haven't heard of it, it's easy to find out what it is, but it's basically homemade clay, or at least you can make it homemade. You can make it at home. It's clay that air dries, so it's a lot like polymer clay. If you've heard of polymer clay, it's clay that you mold, just like modeling clay, and then after, if you're happy with what you've made, you can stick that into the oven, and then voila! Well, after a while, voila! You have a plastic like figurine. Cold porcelain is a lot like that, except you don't have to bake it. So for me, who can't cook, I mean, I can't cook, but I'm not a good cook. I don't have any experience in the oven. Yeah, so cold porcelain is a very accessible thing. Like I said, it's homemade. You can make it out of glue, cornstarch, lemon juice, and baby oil. For basic ingredients, you can buy it at any store and make it, whip up a batch of your own, and then you can make literally anything with it. Well, maybe not anything, but a lot of things. And that's what made me inspired to make a lot of things this month. So don't be surprised if most of my projects that I will show are made from cold porcelain, because basically this is me inspired by the material, and it got me to create a lot of things. Yeah, without further ado, here is my first project for October. The first project isn't exactly a project. It was more of an experiment. I'm gonna show it to you right now. Okay, it's a tiny little thing. There we go. It's the very first thing I made from the very first batch of polymer clay that I created, and it's small. I made it very small because I wanted it to harden as quickly as possible, so that I could see how well I mixed it up, or how bad I messed it up, and it turned out pretty well. There we go. So this is my very first thing. I'm very proud of it in a way. It's like my firstborn son. Okay, I'm gonna call it, I think, rice, because I'm not sure if it's clear there, but it kind of looks like a grain of rice. The translucence or opaqueness of a grain of rice, it's very close to how this is. And yeah, hi everybody, meet Rice, the tiny lizard, white lizard thing. So that's my very first project that I made from cold porcelain. There we go. The second one is also an experiment, but I still like how I made it. It's this one. Ta-da! It's actually a stone or a rock demon. Well, not a real one. It's very difficult to find those in the wild. But I made one. There we go. So that actual stone demons will think that, oh, this house already has a stone demon, so I'll probably just leave it alone. There. I made it from yeah, the white ones of course are cold porcelain, and the gray one or the black one, dark one, is a rock. It's from a rock. It's an actual rock. I made this because I wanted to test how well cold porcelain and different things molded together, and I'm gonna try next time. I'm gonna try it how well it molds with wood. But it seems to mold very well with rock, especially since the surface is quite porous. So yeah, there we go. There. So this is, I haven't named him yet. Stone demons typically don't have names; they just have distinct identities. But yeah, this one has his own horns and his patterns and his, of course, adorable little eyes. There we go. I hope it protects me, or at least it discourages other stone demons from entering my house. And I've said the name stone demons too long, and I'm concerned that they might be hearing me now. Anyway, that's my second one, made out of cold porcelain and rock. And the third one is another, actually a lot of them are experiments of course, is this little guy. There we go. He's doing that lonely guy pose, where he's hugging his knees together and just contemplating his existence. Tell me. This was an experiment in a lot of ways. One is I wanted to see how well I could mold a person. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's a bit too chubby though, because for cold porcelain you can make it as thin as you want, and it will still hold as long as you do it properly. It can literally be a skeleton, and it will hold, unlike actual clay where it will just bend and break or something. But yeah, this is my first attempt at a human figure, near human figure, and my intention for this was to create an actual bulul. It's all over the Cordilleras. It looks a lot like this, except the limbs are skinnier and the head is a bit bigger, and typically they're black or just polished wood, and they're just much like my stone demon. It's like a guardian, usually for rice crop. It guards the rice crops from bad spirits, or from getting spoiled and all that. And I've always wanted to make one legitimately, like carve it out of rock or carve it out of wood. However, I don't have the skill set yet for that kind of thing. But cold porcelain gave me the opportunity to. It's like I'm sponsoring the product. It's not a product. I made it on my own. But yeah, cold porcelain gave me the opportunity to make a bulul, not in the traditional sense, but at least in something that still achieved the same appearance or a similar appearance, and hopefully in the future I can make it look better and decorate the outside of my house with it. It's also colored green because I was experimenting on how or which kind of paint is the best kind of paint for cold porcelain, and pretty much anything works. This one happens to be styrofoam paint, and it's what I had nearby at that time, so this is what happened to it. I'm not sure if I'm still gonna cover it in white, or in different colors, so that it would look different or better, but I like it the way it is. Fourth one, I've already posted about it. A lot of people have already seen it, at least on Facebook. I posted it in October, so I haven't posted it on Instagram yet. Because I was posting Inktober throughout October on Instagram, and I didn't want to interrupt that with other things. Anyway, the fourth one, people have seen it on Facebook. If you're my Facebook friend, you've seen it. It's this little guy. Yeah, there we go. So it's clearly a snail, and when I posted about it, a lot of people thought it was a real snail. It's not. You can't do this to a real snail. It's not a real snail. Yeah, I mean, I wrote and actually wrote a caption saying that although the shell is real, it's pretty real. Obviously, it's real. The shell is real. Oops. The snail itself is, you know, made from cold porcelain, or it's not real. It's not a real snail. But apparently people don't read, or for some reason skip that part, and they kept asking, or a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, well, enough people asked about it to bother me. And yeah, it's not a real snail. It's, thank you for thinking it is. But it's just clay. I've actually always wanted to make a project out of this snail shell, but I haven't gotten around to it. I've had it for the longest time. In the Facebook caption, I said that I found this on a beach somewhere. It's not actually true. I remembered it wrong. I found it in my father's hometown in La Union, and it's not a seashell. It's a snail shell. And yeah, I found it when we were exploring the wood area of La Union. I found it on the ground, and I picked it up, and I thought, hey, maybe I could make something out of it. And for a while, I thought I was gonna make it into like this, like in the Little Mermaid, Ursula's shell pendant, where she puts in Ariel's voice. And yeah, because I thought it was gonna be easy. I'm just gonna paint the shell gold, and then thread golden thread through it, and then wear it, and then I'm Ursula. I'm Ursula, just needs silver hair, and I'll be Ursula. But yeah, I wasn't able to get around to it, and then after some years, I bumped into, or I discovered cold porcelain, and I thought, maybe I could make a snail out of the snail shell. And I did, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'll probably still do the Ursula pendant with a different shell, or maybe I'll create my own shell this time, because, well, I could create literally anything with the porcelain clay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call this Captain Sean, like, you know, a sort of version for caption, because that's what I keep thinking when I look at him. It's the caption that nobody read. So he's Captain Sean. Hi, Captain Sean. So those are the 4 tiny ones. I'm moving on to 3 bigger projects. They are masks, and I'm not sure if I've already posted. Yeah, I've already posted about one of them. It was the one I wore for the Halloween party at work, or Halloween event at work. It wasn't a party. It was a Halloween event. Actually, every Halloween season, I'm always inspired to make masks. Obviously, for the season, it's filled with masks. So you get monster masks, theater masks, masquerade masks, and all that. So I have this charge to make my own masks, and for a lot of Halloweens, I've created different masks. But for this season, I think I've made the most masks that are well made, at least. And yeah,